she doing now? A little bit louder. We got a little bit louder. I think these guys were louder, but you know why? Yes. More people. They're more people. All right. This week's message, what's next? So we can either look at, okay, so follow me. What's next?
What's next?
Okay, follow me. What's next?
What's next?
Did you find there is a difference in the energy? What's coming around the corner now? Either way you do it, you're right. Either way. What's coming around the corner now? What's coming around the corner now? Yeah. See what it kind of depends on you. There was a great affirmation on someone on Facebook. Miss Vicki might have seen that too. We're on the same plug. It says, God, you have my full permission to blow me away with miracles. Yeah. No, sissy affirmation. That is a true, full-blown, blow me away with miracles. God, you've got my permission to do that. So to know what's next, we need to start at the beginning, don't we? Or else we come from somewhere. So God is a religious name, traditionally, for the creator of all things. You agree? Yes. Mind, you hear us talk about mind. The one mind, I have to stop my prayers when there is one mind. That mind is the metaphysical name for God. Okay? And anything that exists is because it's an idea in the one mind, which is the metaphysical interpretation of the universe. It has to start in the one mind first. We say that all creation, y'all know this because this is what we teach at the Centers for Spiritual Living. There is that one mind. And creation is an effect of that one cause and effect. So what we think into it, what we co-create with spirit, our feelings, our emotions, right, that goes into that first cause of God. And then from those emotions, right, it starts with an idea and then moves down to your heart and then it's game on. Because once it hits your emotions, then we start to see effect come into our life. What would be an example of an effect? An effect. More money. More money. And what would that effect be from? Cause. What's the cause of more money? Prosperity consciousness. I have. Thank you. I have. We have prosperity consciousness. More money, like it starts to roll down. But you gotta work it. You know, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, your thoughts or things. That's where thoughts or things comes from. Repeat after me. I am the master of my fate.
I am the master of my fate.
Oh man, you guys are good. That was great. One more time. Thank you. I am the captain of my soul.
I am the captain of my soul.
You bet. You believe it?
Yes.
You're the captain of your soul. It's not our bank account, not our birth order, not our education, not the color of our skin, or our sexual identity. Our life is determined by the activity of our own consciousness. Our life is determined by the activity of our own consciousness. Who said that? You bet you know.
Pixie.
Who?
Pixie.
Close.
Very big red.
And I love her. She was such a badass. She was such a tough lady, honey. So, no, Joe Goldsmith. Yes, Joe Goldsmith. I just finished his book, The Art of Spiritual. Just an amazing metaphysician. But we are made of God, and it's universal. God being it means it belongs to everyone because it's universal. It's everywhere all the time. Even if we're not conscious of it, the law of mind working in our lives, do you think it still works?
Yes.
It sure does. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in a bigger power. I don't believe in any of that junk. Is it still working?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, as you know, will tell us that there is more power in the trained mind than the mind that is not. What are y'all doing here? You're training. Yes, you are. And when you take Reverend Suzanne's class, you want to take those accredited classes because they have a lot of deep meaning in them for you, and they kind of pump you up for more stuff. But that's why we always emphasize around here that thoughts are things. You know, and I'm guilty too. Okay, so I went through a few months, maybe 6 months. It was a while. So I went through this time of hardship at a job, because I have a day job, that I worked at for 26 years. And the work that I'd been doing all those years, there was no more funding for my position. For me. So they moved me over into something completely foreign to me. Oh, okay, this is going to be good. This is my what's next, right? First day, I started shaking. It wasn't a happy shake. My body was just vibrating. And it wouldn't stop. I was like, you don't have to do this stuff. Fix it. It won't stop. I know. But I would sit in prayer. I get up very early in the morning every day to pray. Except Saturday, I take a day off. I get up early in the morning to pray. And when I get in there and I commune with Spirit, the nerves would go away. And I felt at peace. I get up out of my chair, take a shower, jump in the car, and here they come again. What the heck? And we have to walk our talk as metaphysicians. We have to do this stuff no matter what's showing up. As a lot of you know, I got really sick a lot of years ago because of nerves like this that happened for a long time, and then the body got sick. You can't keep that stuff going. If you guys notice your body's doing something, but you remember there was something that it was doing the same thing a certain time ago in your past, you go back there. What was happening in your life? What was going on? What is it now that you need to shift away from something that is not feeling good? Or maybe your own little psychic energy up here is telling you something coming down the pipe, right? And maybe we need to change things up a little change. That word change. Nobody likes the word change. So we shift. It's easier. But I called in for some metaphysical assistance. So use your practitioners, use your ministers, use them. So while they were up here doing this stuff with metaphysics, with spirit, with God, I was here trying to work my way through it with my affirmations, with my prayer, with my meditation, with my journaling. Journaling, by the way, nobody here has an excuse not to journal, because John and I got some journals are on the back table. Please feel free to take one with you so that you know you can start with that. So anyway, I knew that I had all the answers, but I wasn't seeing those answers. I get impatient with God because I'm not a beseecher. You won't usually find me down on my knees, but I am a demander. But we always got to be careful what attitude we're demanding with. I started to change up my attitude. The metaphysical assistance practitioner of prayer work was doing amazing work, but I had to walk through this. So I started changing it up. What's next? What's next? Man, you sound pathetic. What's next? That's going to be something else. Y'all see Joel Osteen? I love the guy. He stands out there with his big smile and his beautiful suit and his thousands of people that come to watch him, and he waves and he puts his hand up and he says, God loves you. And something good is coming around the corner. You just wait. It's happening now. He says these wonderful, beautiful, terrific things. So I thought, he can do that. What's next? What's next? Whatever it is, it's coming around the corner and it's going to be good. Yeah. So I did this, and I would say it over and over again. And there was a shift in consciousness. So one day I walked into the office. Boss says, Pauline, so for those of you who didn't know that, Pauline, come to my office. Uh-oh. Well, okay. So I went into the office, I sat down. She said, we have this position that just became available. Do you want it? Yup. Do you want to think about it? Nope. what next was there, right? We move into life on a daily basis, and we're feeling sad or fearful or upset, or we don't know what's coming around the corner. The slightest shift in our own ideas, our thoughts, our own consciousness. This is what we're planting into the law of mind, like Reverend Suzanne said in her prayer this morning. What are we planting into the soil? What's next? Well, why does it always have to be a bad thing? What's next? Right? It can be a good thing. And a good thing makes you feel good. Okay. Ask myself, what did I learn? I learned I didn't like doing the other position. Spirit is there. It's there all the time. It's just waiting for us to turn to it, no matter what situation or circumstance is looking like in our life. So at one point in time, like caveman days, they had built fires. Before fires, there weren't any, and there wasn't any warmth, and there was electricity. All the laws of nature were there. We just didn't see them. We didn't see them yet. Doesn't mean that they weren't there. There is a universal energy that will comply with our every demand. We only need to acknowledge it. Like cause, like electricity. You can't see electricity, right? And then you turn on, switch, and there it is. That's your effect. Cause and effect. Emmett Fox refers to this as the spiritual being. Anybody remember Emmett Fox?
Yes.
Yeah. She is. Okay, he's an oldie but goodie.
Yes.
He sure is. And he wrote a book called Alter Your Life. And he talks about something called the spiritual being. Like nowadays, we would refer to it as navigation. Like on an airplane, you would say, you would have an airplane, and they would have a beam. And if the airplane was in the beam, the pilot knew that he was safe. We call it navigation now. So if there were birds, or if there was fog, or if there were other planes in the air, no matter what, that navigation was going to keep that plane safe. When we have peace of mind and some sense of the presence of spirit, we are safe. Even if the outer effects are telling us something different, and we think we've lost our way. Have we really lost our way? No, we haven't. Feels like it sometimes, doesn't it? Yeah. We need to stay in the beam and stay with it where there is guidance. So when we're out of the beam, what are some of those emotions that we feel? Fear. Oh, yeah. What else?
Sadness. Sadness.
Sadness, yeah.
Shakiness.
Shakiness. Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah, man.
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty. Uncertainty is scary. You know what is a bad one that's really right up there with fear? Resentment. You want to find something that's going to make your body so sick? You find yourself in resentment, get out of it fast. Right? It's right up there with fear. It does nasty things if we let it do it. Get back in the beam. Go right back to God. Even if things are not rectifying themselves immediately, like that position. Okay, so, all right, we have no more money for that position. Okay, well, there were 6 months, I was slid into something else, right? Because this other position over here was busy being made ready. Spirit knows what it's doing. It's got impatient, that's all. Ask yourself many times as you can, what's trying to happen through me? What's trying to happen for me? Because God can only do for us what it can do through us. And that depends on us and our individual lives and who we are and what we're willing to open up to. Universe zigs, we zag. This is life. All of those things that we're going through, oh, this happened, this is life. That's not what's coming at us. It's how we're working through what is happening in our lives. Get excited. Know it's coming. Like Joel Goldstein, get excited. It's coming. God loves you. Yeah, it's coming. Sometimes we just need to get rid of the junk that holds us down. Spirit sometimes has no other way of reaching us except through those fears or situations or circumstances. Because when all this stuff, we can either sit in it and rot, or we can move to Spirit in that one mind. Because we're in it all the time. Just recognize it. Our good comes to us out of the infinite and invisible, according to our own faiths and beliefs. I've had the opportunity to speak with a lot of people recently that are wondering in this time of their lives, what's next? You know, we made it through our 20s, barely. We had loves. We got married, some of us. We worked out in the world doing God knows what. We raised children. Some of them are coming back. We're heading toward, or we are retired. And then there lies the question again, what's next? And then it's how do I start to shift from doing to being? Ask me for rest. When I hear that, we say, who am I? What do I want? What do I even like? We now begin to peel away the skins from the onion. And quite possibly, a spiritual evolution begins. Layer by layer, we begin to peel away all of the identities that we have come to know so well until there is no more onion. And what happens when there's no more onion?
Freedom.
Yeah. Get a new onion. No, I don't want to peel it up yet. But where we are, when we get finished peeling away all those layers, then we're an opportunity to recreate who we are. But this time when we recreate, we do it for us. And we do it from a state of grace. So take the time daily to turn within, pray, stay in the beam, journal. Journal's on the back table. No excuses. Remember that our answers don't come from the outside world. Where do they come from? Inside. Each of us. And they are very specific to us as individual souls that is part of the grand scheme of things. Sometimes you'll hear it referred to as the net. So ask the questions, then to remember to listen for the answers. What's next? And so it is.